welcome to the Canam studio for this session of EdTalks. And we have with us now Annie Lyall, Regional Recruitment Manager North India for Mount Saint Vincent University in Canada. Hi Annie.
Hello ma'am.
So Annie, tell us something about what are the highlights of Mount Saint Vincent University, its location, what programs you offer.
Right, so when I talk about Mount Saint Vincent University, it's a public university and it is one of the oldest universities of Nova Scotia. We recently completed 150 years of our establishment in Nova Scotia. And when it comes to Nova Scotia, it is highly in demand for its quick PR practices, being an Atlantic province. And of course, Halifax, it's a capital city and it has all the logistic hub, import, export, trading happening in Halifax. So it has, you can say, immense opportunity for international students of every industry. And if I talk about the courses that are there, we are specialized in arts, humanities, medical programs, healthcare related programs, and of course popular for our business and management programs as well.
Okay, we're talking about arts programs. So a lot of students with the arts background, they do come and ask, okay, what are the programs that I can do? You know, what are the programs I can study? So that's something which is very less known. So can you tell us something more about it?
Surely. So someone who's coming with arts background, our most popular program is a 2 years diploma in tourism and hospitality management. And why it has a cutting edge in Halifax is because it's a tourist destination. So when it comes to part-time or full-time job opportunities, students of tourism doesn't face, you can say, big challenges. Because right after they land in Halifax, they are able to find many restaurants, clubs that are located, and of course MSVU is having its campus in the downtown region, which is a central region. So it's quicker for the students to just pick up any job which is there. Right. So for art student, of course, the most popular hot selling program is the 2 years diploma. We also offer the same program in a degree as well. So if they are planning to do 4 years of degree, we do have BA Tourism and Hospitality. And as per, if I talk about the other programs, it will depend what subjects the student has studied in 12th grade. So we do, provide specializations, like we do have mass media, we have BA Communication. If they have studied political studies, we do have political studies and sociology, anthropology. I mean, like we have a cluster of, a bunch of programs. So, you have studied any subject in 12th, we will have a specialization for you in arts.
Okay, and what about job opportunities? People fear that maybe they will not be able to get jobs. So like they need to be future ready. They need to be employable. So when they do these programs, what are the kind of job opportunities that you've seen students getting after completing these programs?
Right. So if we talk about specifically arts program, so like I told you, it's a tourist hub and it's a logistic hub as well. There are a lot of corporate sectors. If I talk about Canada, healthcare is not a very big problem. That industry is booming and it will keep on booming along with tourism. So the job opportunities that we have, there are a lot of civil services jobs that are available. Being a tourist destination, students are able to fetch jobs in operations, administrative line. Nursing is one of the professions, and we do have a specialization in gerontology also, old age care. So that is there. So you can say, like, mention any kind of profession that the student is very interested in, so they will be able to find it.
All right. So in your opinion, how should a student plan to choose his program of study and make himself more employable?
Right. I think it's more about the destination you are choosing and what province you are actually planning to migrate into and what the province is, growing in. So if I talk about Halifax, it's a tourist destination, plus for Nova Scotia, it's a capital city. So this combination of capital city and tourist destination, this combination never go dull, So they will keep on, growing, and Halifax having a fastest growing rate because in regional provinces, it is developing in every sector, right? So my advice, or you can say my recommendation, would be that do study what province you're going for and then look out for the program which will actually fetch you job right after you complete your studies.
And when you are studying, when the student is studying his program, what should they do so that they make themselves more, job ready?
Right. When I talk about countries like Canada, UK, America, they are very co-op oriented countries. For our international student, I think this is one thing that we lack, that we only focus on, okay, we are going on study permit and study is the only focus right now, and whatever comes the way, we'll go for it. I think the planning for that should start, that what other work terms that the university or any institution provide. So when it comes to MSVU, like we do have co-op, we do have internship, and these you can say these schemes, or you can say these programs are a building blocks for great networking, and where you find your part-time employer, which might turn into a full-time employer. So I think that is something where our Indian crowd lacks, if I compare it with the other nations. So that's where I think the students must look out for what are the on-campus job opportunities. If I talk about MSVU, we do have 300 plus part-time jobs on campus available, and students need to be very proactive because they comes with a deadline. So even when you're waiting for your visa, you can simply go on Zoom, they are going to conduct the interview, and you just prepare for it. So once you land on campus, there might be chances that you're already having something on your hand to start with. So I think that is one thing that students should be very proactive in fitting.
Absolutely. And as far as postgraduate work permit is concerned, what kind of support do you give students to, one, for applying, and then after that, of course, with jobs and...
Right. So that's where MSVU has again a benefit for international students, because we do have on-campus immigration advisors, and students are able to meet them in pre-departures as well as orientation sessions on campus. So right from what all things you are supposed to cover when you arrive, what all documentation, what all permits or cards you must gather. Along with that, what after your study, how you will be proceeding with temporary work permit, or how to, what all the requisites are there, what all documents that you will require. So with MSVU, we do have on-campus immigration team that, they help you from A to Z once you are in India or once you reach the campus.
Okay. Do you offer any scholarships, and what are the living costs in Halifax like?
Right. So when I talk about the first part, scholarships we do offer in September intake, and they are pretty academic oriented. So if a student is coming to us after 12, so it will be 80% or higher, and it comes with a deadline. So the student must complete the application by March 1st to March 15 to avail the scholarship, right? And so it is totally academic based, and it is only for undergraduate students, because with PG we offer one of the cheapest masters in Canada. So that's why we do have bursary scheme, but that will depend upon the merit that you are coming along. When it comes to Halifax, we do have a yearly expense of, you can say, 10 to 12 Canadian dollars, 1,000 Canadian dollars, and MSVU has the same structure if you go for on-campus accommodation as well. Okay. So that is where we highly recommend that whatever you're going to spend, you might be saving with on-campus accommodation with MSVU, because there will be no transportation costs involved. So whatever you are paying, it will include every facility that is available on campus.
So you do have a lot of accommodation available?
We do have on first come first basis. Okay. We do have 3 residences that are there, but they are specific to certain students. Like we do have one totally dedicated for international first year student, domestic plus international. We do have one only for master's student. We do have one which are minors, although we don't accept internationals with minor, but if it's a domestic student, we do have a separate facility for them.
So tell something a little bit more about what are the offerings for PG students, postgraduate students?
Yes, so when it comes to the PG courses, we do have Masters of Education and we do have Applied Human Nutrition. It is accredited, we have an accreditation with MSU to teach the nutrition program. We do have lot of programs in healthcare, like gerontology is there. We do have child and youth study. And someone who is an MBA holder, we do have MA Public Relations. So it's not something that you're going to repeat what you did in your MBA. So we do have another specialization for MBA holders, which is MA Public Relations.
All right. Okay. So for the last question for you, what is the benefit do you think a student gets when he applies through an authorized consultant such as Canam, who've been in the industry for more than 3 decades now?
Right. So this is one of, you can say, the most important aspect that the student must consider, that whether or the agent or consultant you're going to, whether they're authorized from the university or not, because authorization itself means that your consultant is in direct contact with the institution and whatever information they are giving you, it's pretty authentic. Like for example, if it comes to Canam, it's one of our top performing consultant, right? Along with that, the authenticity it carries. So with authorization, student is pretty much clear that whatever documentation or whatever information I'm getting, that is straight away coming from university. It is just the medium between, for passing the information. So I think that is really very important to, avoid any, you can say, mishaps onshore.
Okay, thank you, Annie. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.